Hi, and if you don't know me, my name is Judith Ward and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and today I want to talk about the subject of Christmas and give you 5 top tips on how to have a calmer Christmas, because Christmas can be a wonderful time for a lot of people, but for other people it can be a stressful time. It can lead to anger and frustration, breakdown of relationships, and it can also be an incredibly lonely time for people. So today I want to talk about and give you 5 top tips to help you have a calmer Christmas. And the first week in December in the UK, the British Association of Anger, they have created an awareness campaign on this very subject, and they are focusing on the subject of anger. So I'll first talk about anger and where anger comes from, because anger at Christmas time can be a massive trigger in a lot of households. Calls to relate go up 59%, and quite often people who have had good relationships during the year, they can be fraught over the Christmas period, leading to 8 of all couples feeling that they're going to split up by the time it comes to the new year. So it can be a very difficult time. And what is going on inside the brain is our brain's kind of made up of 3 different parts. We've got one part of our brain and it's responsible for pumping the heart around our body. We have the cerebral cortex, and it keeps us in our intellectual part of our brain, keeps us in that critical faculty. And then we have another part which we call the primitive part of our brain, and it is sort of forms part of what we call the limbic system, and it can be responsible for our emotional outbreaks. It can lead to that anger response, it can lead to different emotions and teariness. It can be the emotional driven part of our brain. And research has been shown that by 9:58 on Christmas Day morning, most families have had their first argument by then. So here's some tips on how to have a calmer Christmas in relation to anger. And the first one is not to put too much pressure on yourself that everything has to be perfect. Planning ahead can also help. And if you're in a relationship that's maybe broken down, or maybe it's the first year that you're separated from your partner, plan ahead and know exactly what is happening on the day. Try and schedule as much help as you can to help you on the day as well. That can also take pressure off you as well. And if you feel that anger response rising, because sometimes it can happen quite quickly, one of the things to do is to walk away from the situation or take 10 nice easy breaths. Generally, breathing can really help shift you from that stress response, that primitive response, into that relaxation response. So taking 10 nice easy breaths can really help. If you're a young person and you're getting frustrated with your brothers or your sisters at home, see if you can ask a parent who's not too busy to support you, or ask, can you go out for a walk with another family member, or take yourself off and see if you can listen to some nice chill out music, or download a nice relaxation recording from the internet. These are a lot of ways that can help reduce the anger response, because when we get into that anger mode, what happens is adrenaline flows through our body, and it can be quite hard to kind of get back from that. We can also lose our memory. So by planning ahead, taking deep breaths, taking ourselves away from the situation, and asking for help whenever it's possible, these can be some of the things that you can do to help make a calmer Christmas. I will do another video in a short while, and this one will be focusing on the subject of relationships and loneliness at Christmas time, because these are also really important subjects. So I hope you enjoyed my video. If you find it helpful, or if you can think of any other tips or suggestions, please comment below. Have a good day.